Yeah, that
That's
kind of
all.
confused me.
Yeah, that was it. Okay, next up. Challenge problem 2. Can I have a volunteer read what it's giving us? Perla, go ahead.
Do you want me to start from like the beginning or just part C?
Just part C.
Okay. Given that line segment AB is congruent to line segment DE and line segment AB is parallel to line segment DE, which triangle congruence can be used to show that triangle ABC is congruent to the triangle DEC? Choose all that apply.
Okay, cool. So all we know is that those two segments are congruent and parallel. Okay, congruent and parallel. But since we know that, what else can we possibly fill in?
SAS. Wait,
So
no.
before I go and check off the correct answers, let's think about what else I can fill into my diagram using my given information.
Is C the midpoint?
Does it say that?
Oh wait, no, my bad. I didn't say anything.
Think about why they're telling you that they're parallel. That's an important point.
Transversal?
Mm-hmm.
Would B, C, E be the transversal?
Yeah, so if these two lines are parallel to each other, let me extend them a little bit. Okay, if those are parallel, then what is one transversal that's passing through?
BE
BE.
and AD.
There's one. And if this is a transversal, what relationship can I talk about?
You can, wait.
Aren't there going to be alternate interior angles?
Yeah, so which of these would be alternate interiors?
E and B?
And E.
B and E, good.
Stop getting my answers.
Never.
So right here, and then here. Actually, that yellow is really hard to see, so let me make it green. So
Green for positivity.
Angle B is congruent to angle E. So we know that based on the transversals. But then there's another transversal, isn't there?
AD.
Yeah.
AD.
AD is also a transversal. And with AD, what relationship do I know about?
You can make, hold on, let me turn my head. A corresponding.
I can make, not corresponding, but
alternate interior too?
Also alternate interiors. Which ones would be alternate interiors for this relationship?
The D and the A.
D and A, good.
I didn't see that because the line kind of cut it.
Yeah, you got to kind of turn your head around.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I know all of this information, and there's one last thing I actually know about. Can anyone pinpoint one more relationship I can highlight?
EA is congruent. Wait, no, I didn't say that. Is there something to do with angle C?
It is something to do with angle C. What do we know about angle C?
It's not the midpoint because they didn't say that.
Angle C is congruent to angle C.
Right, so let's think about it this way. Angle DCE, angle DCE, so that would be this one right here. DCE is congruent to what?
Actually, your answers all the time. Oh wait, DCE and BCA.
Close. Think about the order.
BAC. Oh wait, no. ACB.
ACB, there you go. So in other words, angle C, one side of it is congruent to the other side. And what theorem or property do I use that? Good.
Vertical angle.
theorem. Okay, now I have all the information I can possibly get.
SAS.
And based on this information, how many different theorems can I possibly use?
2.
3.
Okay, so I heard SAS, side angle side.
Yes.
How many sides do I know about?
One.
VE. Oh, yeah.
Only
Miss, I
one.
think you can do
You can
AAS.
definitely do AAS.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can do AAS and what else?
ASA.
And ASA. And
Not
that's it.
HL because there's no right angle.
Good. Good, good, good.
Miss,
And-
I can't tell on that.
And it can't be none because if you already picked one, that means it can't be none.
Yes,
Right. That is the definition of none. All right, cool. Any questions on number 2?
No.
Any other questions? Going once,
I thought I was doing most of it. Doesn't mean I'll be right.
going twice. All right, number 3. Can I have a volunteer read
Hector
number?
knows 2 angles in triangle A are congruent to 2 angles in triangle B. What else does Hector need to know to prove that triangle A and B are similar?
Okay, so in
Give
a word
somebody else a
problem,
chance to read.
No.
Jalen, would you like to read the answer choices for us, or at least one of them?
I read all of them.
Sure, go for it.
Sure.
We can't hear you.
Sorry, I had to move like the little camera taskbar out the way.
Okay.
A, Hector does not need to know anything else about triangles A and B. B, Hector needs to know the length of any corresponding sides in both triangles. I can't read. C, Hector needs to know all 3 angles. Okay, I can't read. I'm just gonna stop.
Hector needs to know all 3 angles in what? Someone pick up where he left off.
In triangle A are congruent to the corresponding angles in triangle B. Hector needs to know the length of the side between the corresponding angles on each triangle. This is why I read.
Miss, can I have a try at it?
Yes, but before you do, I just want to make one key little change. I noticed that this says similar. I believe that was supposed to say congruent. So my bad about that. I didn't notice that until just now, but it shouldn't change your answer.
Nope.
Okay. So before Perla takes a stab at this, I have a word problem and I don't have any diagrams or pictures or anything. What's a strategy that I've taught you guys? What could you do?
Draw it.
Yeah, draw it. Good, Perla. Very nice. So he knows 2 angles. So I have a triangle A. So I'm just going to draw a random triangle and call it A. And I have triangle
Miss,
B.
don't assume names. That's mean.
It tells you triangle A and triangle B. I'm not assuming anything. All right, so he knows that 2 angles are congruent. So let's draw that. 2 angles are congruent. Any of them work because it doesn't specify.
Do it different.
And the question is, what else does he need to prove in order to prove that they're congruent? So Perla, what do you think?
I was gonna stop the problem. Perla.
Anyway, I'm so mean to Tyrone. Okay. I think it's D,
B.
because to be able to do the ASA, your first angle would be the purple one, then you would have your side in the middle, and then your second angle would be the green one.
Okay, so if it was this side length, that would be ASA.
Yeah.
Okay. And answer choice B says the length of any corresponding side. So the question is, what if they, instead of this middle, this one in the middle, what if they had highlighted this one over here?
Oh, that could work too because of AAS.
Right, that would be AAS.
So would it be two possible answers?
Well, hold on. And then what if instead of that one, what if they chose to make this one congruent? Would that still work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would that be?
AAS too.
AAI.
I did not say
This
I.
would also be AAS, okay? So Hector needs to know the length of any corresponding side. That is correct, because it doesn't matter which of the three sides they decide to
Yeah,
choose.
so it could also be the one in the middle. That could be any.
Exactly. It could be any of the
Okay.
three. Which of these would limit you too much?
A.
Well, A is just wrong.
C.
But which of these is right but puts a limit on it?
D.
D, because D is telling you that he needs to know the length of the side in between the corresponding angles. This is the included side. But we already
doesn't
know,
be included.
right, it doesn't have to be the included side. It could be any of the three, because you could either have AAS or ASA. Both can work. So B was the correct choice. Any questions on this one? Problem 3.
No.
Okay, going once,
Still no.
going twice.
Still no.
Okay. Problem number 4, we got another proof. So here, in this one, they give you all of the steps. You just have to put them in the correct order.
Miss, I call this one, please.
Okay, for this one, I'm going to put a poll up.
I'm
So everyone, go ahead and answer on the poll based on
done.
what you
Can you see who chose what?
no, I can't.
Okay, good.
The chat is blocking the. Never mind. The chat is blocking. Never mind. Stop chatting.
Guys, stop chatting, please.
Stop.
I'm sorry, Miss, for Daniel doing that. That was Tyrone's fault. I apologize from the
It
bottom
was
of my
funny.
heart.
Thank you, Perla. I accept your apology.
Presenting for Tyrone, even though I shouldn't. But yeah, I'm just saying deep apologies. Thank you.
Wow.
Craziness.
Such a fan.
All right, so voting ends in 5. I'm still missing 5 people's votes. Voting ends in 5, 4, 3, 2.
The answer's A.
What?
All right, C is the winner.
Can
And
I
let's take a
explain,
look.
please?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
All I
so A
need to
and
do
B
is
are
answer.
automatically wrong because you already know that the first one is given, so you can eliminate A and D.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to look at B and C, you only have to look at the last one. And then if you look at AB is congruent to CB, that one is going to be corresponding parts.
Okay. So let's take a look at how Tyrone did it. So you chose C, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look. So yeah, the only 2 things that are different between C and B are the last 2 things, the last 2 reasons. So let's highlight those.
And it can't be 1 for number 4 on the statement because it has to be AAS, which means you need 2 angles and 1 side.
Okay. So those are the last possible reasons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start writing them in order up above. So 3 goes first, which is that AD is congruent to EC and AD. Why do they say that twice? Oh, it's parallel. Sorry. So they're congruent and parallel. That's our given. That was technically number 3. Then we go to number 2. Number 2 says ABC or ABD is congruent to EBD, EBC. I can't speak. And that's our vertical angles.
Now you see how it feels.
Okay. So we know that, so far we know these 2 are congruent, and we know that AD is congruent to EC. Okay, next up would be number 5. Number 5 says DAB is congruent to ECB. And that one would be this one right here. And ECB is this one down here. Okay, and that's based on alternate interior angles.
Yes.
Okay. So now we get to this question. Which order do the last two go in? Is it going to be 1 and then 4, or is it going to be 4 and then 1?
4 and 1.
The answer is we have to look at what are we trying to prove?
That AB is congruent to CB.
We're trying to prove that AB is congruent to CB. AB is congruent to CB. So think about it. Is that going to be,
Oh, so that would be B, wouldn't it?
yeah, that's not going to come next because I can't do that yet. Before I can prove that those are equal to each other, I have to prove that the triangles are equal to each other.
That makes sense.
So this would be number 1, which is triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBE.
If you chose B for that 1%, congrats. Good job. You're big brain.
Yeah, so 1 has to come next because you have to prove that the triangles are congruent first, and then once you know the triangles are congruent, you can tell me that the line segments are congruent using CPCTC. So this had to go back to what the actual proof was asking. The proof was asking not about the triangle being congruent, but about the lines being congruent. So yeah, this one was a little tricky. Little bit tricky, but do you guys understand? Any questions on that? Good job, Emily. Questions going once? Going twice? Yeah, everybody else got it wrong. It's okay. Okay. Question number 5. Okay, so this one has a proof, but it's instead of being written in a column, they kind of did like a bullet point proof, but it's still a proof. And now we're trying to figure out what is going to be the valid conclusion. So I'm going to put another poll. Go ahead and answer. Take about 1 minute.
Okay, it's 1 minute.
All right, I have 4 people have answered. Give me the last 5 answers in 5, 4, 3, 2. Where is everyone? 1.
No idea.
I'm home.
They're confused and they don't want to share their answers. That is bad.
That's cool.
Bad,
I'm
bad,
up.
bad. Okay. Here are my 4 answers. I can already guess, or 5 answers. I can guess who answered and who decided to not answer. I can already guess. All right. So it looks like answer choice B was the winner. Let's take a look at answer choice B.
Ah.
Answer choice B is saying SAS. So what do we know? We know one side.
One angle and another side.
We know one angle because they give it to us. KJL, here it is. And that one. And then the last thing they tell us is the reflexive. So there's our last side. So we know SAS, and that is
Yes.
correct. B is correct.
Yay.
SAS. Questions on number 5.
No.
Miss, I got the right answer, but I didn't read it because I said if they're parallel, then JL could be a transversal, and then angle J triangle would be made by the alternate figure. Blah blah. I didn't read it.
You didn't read it, but you still had the right answer.
Bad polo.
Yes.
Well, there you go. All right. Next up, problem 6. Going right along. Ooh, okay, I have a word problem. I don't have a drawing. What should I do?
Draw it.
Draw it. Okay, I have 2 triangles, ABC and DEF. They don't have to be perfect. Just draw any old triangles.
How do you make them so perfect?
Because my app does it for me.
Lucky.
This is a very good app. I had to pay for it.
Mm.
Okay, and then they tell us A is congruent to D, B is congruent to E,
BC is congruent to EF.
and BC is congruent to EF. So which of these theorems does this show? I won't put a poll up. Can anyone just share their
B.
answer? What'd you say?
Wait. B.
B. The given information matches ASA criterion. The triangles are congruent. Does it match right away though?
No.
Oh no.
No.
It would be AAS, but that's not an option.
Right, so
So-
we know this is AAS. We know that. So now we have to pick the best option since that's not one of the options.
C?
Yeah. Can you read C for us?
It says angles C and F are also congruent. And this means, this must be shown before using the ASA criterion.
Yeah, why does that have to be shown before you can use AAS?
Because it puts it in order.
Yeah, because if you don't show that C and F are congruent, you can't use ASA.
Yeah.
You can only use ASA once you show that C and F are congruent. So we knew it was AAS, but since that wasn't an option, you had to pick the next best thing, and that was C. That was our answer for number 6. Questions on number 6?
No.
Going once, going twice,
Still no.
moving on. Problem 7. Okay, can I have a volunteer read? And no, go ahead.
Consider triangle ABC that has been transformed through rigid motions, and its image is compared to triangle XYZ. Determine if the given information is sufficient to draw the provided conclusion. Explain your answers.
Okay, couple things. Rigid motions. What do we know about rigid motion?
Aren't those like rotations, reflections, translations?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what are
Dilate.
transformations again?
Rotation, reflection, and translation. Those are the only 3 that are rigid motion. And all 3 of them, if you use them, what do you get as your image? Is it going to be congruent or not congruent?
Yes.
Congruent.
Okay.
It's just gonna be in another place.
Yeah, they're still congruent.
Unlike
They're just going to be, exactly. So we know that we need congruent triangles. So now let's check to make sure we have enough information. For option A, do we get enough information? What are they telling us?
That A is congruent to X and B is congruent to Y.
Yes,
and
I
C
put that
is
it's false
congruent
Okay, why would this be false?
because they only gave you like the measure of the angles.
Right,
And we were talking about last class that with only angles you can't like prove
yeah,
that they're congruent.
A isn't a proof thing.
yeah, AAA is fake.
Yes.
Okay, good. So A is false. What about B?
B is saying it's AAS.
I put true.
Good. This
think
one
it's
gives
true.
us AAS.
AAS.
Good. And what about
C
C?
is wrong. It gives us a bad word.
What does that one give us?
The bad word.
Word that haunts me at night.
Let's check it first.
SSA backwards.
Just say SSA, that's fine. Let's double check just in case. So we know it's A, B, C, and X, Y, Z, right?
Yes.
And they say A and X and then AB and XY, and then BC
Hmm?
and YZ. Yeah. So this would be SSA, which we know is not true. That is false. Fake news.
Bad.
Fake news. Okay. Cool. Any questions on number 7? This one was another
No.
one that been helpful to draw it out.
We're running out of time.
I
No.
know, we're almost there. Okay.
I don't really want to leave.
This one's a little bit long. Can I have a volunteer? I know Tyrone loves to read. Does anyone else want to read? Perla, go ahead.
Paula says me.
Anaya has repeatedly stenciled the triangle shape shown on her bedroom wall. Her best friend Daniela wants to copy the exact same shape on her bedroom wall. Which statement has sufficient information about the triangle for Anaya to give Daniela to guarantee Daniela will have the same triangle?
Perfect. Okay. So if we want them to be congruent, we need enough information. Now let's go ahead and read each answer choice, and then we'll say whether it's true or false. So Tyrone, you want to read A?
Yay. Construct a triangle with angles whose measures are 33 degrees, 42 degrees, and 105 degrees.
True or false? Would that be
True.
enough information?
No.
False.
That's AAA.
Good. That's false because this would be AAA.
And that's fake.
And that's fake, exactly. Jalen, do you want to read number 2 or B?
I really don't want to read.
Yay.
That's okay. How about
No
Daniel?
offense.
Daniel, do you want to read B?
I'll try.
Oh, Daniel's going to read.
Construct a triangle with sides of measure 22 inches and 27 inches, where the included angle is 105 degrees.
No.
Okay, so 22.
Yes.
Who?
Yes,
wait.
I think yes. Because it would be SAS.
Yeah, so this would be 2 sides and the included angle.
This is not my bad.
So this would be SAS. So this is true. And then the last 2 are going to be false. Let's just double check them though. C says construct a triangle with
I was
sides
gonna
measure.
read that.
Oh, Jalen, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You go for it.
Construct a triangle with sides of measure 39 inches and 22 inches and a non-included angle of measure 33 degrees.
That would be
What would that be?
SAA. No. SSA, my bad.
Right. This would be SSA, which is
Wrong.
fake
Fake.
news. And then the last one, who can read the last one? Quick, last one.
Construct a triangle with a 105 degrees angle opposite from a side of length 39 inches where the remaining 2 sides differ in length by 5 inches.
So they're not giving us enough information because it has to be exactly 22 and exactly 27, not just differing by 5 inches. So this would be also false. All right. Last 2 problems really quickly before we run out of time. Number 9, which postulate or theorem would we use here? We know one side. We know one angle, but then what else do we know even though it's not shown?
The R is equivalent to itself.
Good, that's our vertical angles.
So AAS.
So we have AAS, good. D.
Yay.
Questions on number 9?
No.
Last one. Okay, so 2 students are given the triangles and student 1 says because reflections, okay, hold up. We know it's a reflection. Okay. Student 1 says because reflections preserve side lengths, QR is congruent to SR. PQ is congruent to TS.
TSR. Oh, wait. Yeah.
PR is congruent to TR.
TR.
Okay. So PQR and TSR are congruent by SSS. Is student 1 correct?
Yes.
Good. So what answer choice can I get rid of? Answer choices.
Oh, D.
D and B.
B.
Good.
D.
Student 2 says, because reflections between preserve both side length and angle measures, RQP is congruent to RST. QR is congruent to SR. And PQ is congruent to TS. And so they're saying that this is true because of SAS. Is that correct?
Yes. Wait, no.
Is that SAS?
No. No.
Yes or no? This is not SAS?
Oh, wait, yes, 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 yes.
I only hear Tyrone. Do I have SAS?
Yes, because you have side PQ, angle Q, and then side QH.
Good, I do have SAS. So therefore, student 1 is correct, student 2 is correct, C was the correct answer. Don't forget you have homework due tomorrow at midnight. It's the same homework. I haven't added anything new. So make sure you're working on that. Due tomorrow at midnight. That's all for today, guys. Good job. We're all done.
Bye.
See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
everyone.
Time to go to office.
See you
Miss, you don't
tomorrow.
have to see us tomorrow.